This is dead air. You can edit this out, right?
No.
No?
No, you can't edit
You can't?
this out. No.
Well, that sucks. So. Well, hi. This is what are we calling ourselves?
The Untitled Project.
The Untitled Project,
Yeah.
because that's going to be how fast this thing's going to get deleted off the internet.
Yeah.
They're not even going to have a name for it.
And the fact that we just uncreative and we don't know names.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Maybe being uncreative is a form of being creative.
That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life.
It's an excuse I'm going to stick with. I'm going to go with it for the
Yes.
fact that we can't think of anything.
Well, my name is Mark,
I am Brian.
and welcome to our Untitled Podcast.
I'm the one with the nasally voice. It sounds like I've got nasal congestion the entire time. So you'll be able to hear us definitively between each other.
I think that's not a problem. I think we totally have two different voices.
It's not a problem.
It's not a problem.
It's not a problem.
Anyways.
You're making fun of me because
So,
I've got a nasal problem.
so what this podcast is going to be about is actually going to be a general podcast.
In general.
We're going to talk about anything and whatever we want, when we want.
Whatever tickles the pink for the day,
Yeah.
right? It could be anything. Sports, movies, politics, Donald Trump. I love talking about Donald Trump stuff because he just blows my mind with the things that come out of his face hole.
I'm over the Donald, but
How do you get over? You don't get over the
I'm
Donald.
over the Donald.
You don't get over the
I'm
Donald.
done with him.
How you guys weren't even together?
We were,
No,
and
you
now
weren't.
we're divorced.
No.
And it was a bitter divorce, and I took the kids.
Man, the alimony you're gonna get's gonna be fantastic though.
That's why I took the kids.
Oh man, why didn't I think of that? Man, that's such a smart thing to think about.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Well, we are Canadian.
I don't know if you can tell that from the way we talk.
Hey, no doot about it, right? We're
Yeah,
Canadian.
No doubt about it.
So naturally, we have to talk about Canadian things, or we like to talk about Canadian
So
things.
just to let you know, Americans, if you're listening, we're going to talk about a lot of Canadian sports, as in the Blue Jays, they're being the best team ever.
Yeah, because the Blue Jays are a sport. They don't play baseball. That's
I'm
an American
just saying
sport.
we're
the
talking
Blue Jays
about
are their own
teams.
sport because they're their own
We're talking about teams
Yeah.
that are Canadian, which there's only one baseball team that's Canadian. So that's
For now, they're working. There is a tentative agreement in Montreal.
That's dumb.
There's a tentative agreement in Montreal to build a new stadium, not use the Olympic Stadium because that thing is one bird shit away from falling apart. To build a new stadium and actually get a new team in Canada, which I'm totally for.
I'm over the Expos. Okay.
And it's not going to be the Expos. I hope to God it's not going to be the Expos.
It's going to be the Expos. They can't give it up. So, well, let's talk about the Blue Jays. How is this season going?
It could have started a little bit better. I'm not going to lie. It definitely could have. Like on paper, we have one of the best teams that there is.
People are going to yell at you for that.
I said on paper. On paper.
People are going to yell at you for that.
Okay. Figuratively, we have one of the best teams. We've got the bringer of rain, a current-ish MVP. We got Jose Bautista back, Joey Bats. I'm cool with that. I like the move they did with him. I like the options on his agreement. And then there's questions with some of the people, like your boy Justin Smoke.
No. Justin Smoke is an everyday first baseman. I don't care what people say.
Oh, no, some people will argue that.
People are going to yell at me. They're going to yell.
I've agreed with you from the beginning about Justin Smoke. But since they misused him so improperly last season, he faltered down a little bit. His plate appearances weren't as good as they used to be. His basing, like his first base was fine, right? Like his fielding was fine.
That comes from the days of Seattle, though. Seattle misused Justin Smoke, and he had a terrible start with them, so they just gave up on him, and then the Jays got him.
That's how sports works, right?
It is.
If you're a career bench guy, or you're starting to come up in the league, and you don't do fantastic right off the hop, you're going to get thrown on the bench. Now, if you get thrown on the bench, you're going to go cold because you're not getting the at-bats, you're not getting the plate appearances, you're not getting put out into the fire. You have to get out there. You have to lose a little bit in order to start seeing what you're doing wrong.
Yeah, and anyways, he's going to have a great season.
So he's having a great season so far.
He is having a great season
so far. So yeah, he's having a great season so far compared to other people on the team.
Yeah, definitely.
Like your boy Steve Pierce.
No,
finally,
he's not my boy.
No, he's your boy.
He's not my boy.
He's your boy. He finally hit a home run.
Two.
Yeah, would have to spell it out for him in big letters so he
hit
understands
two.
what it is. Because we're paying him $6 million a year to hit these balls out of the park, and he doesn't even know how to do it.
He hit two.
In one game.
In one game.
In one game. He
At
couldn't even get a
Yankee
base
Stadium.
hit in April.
He hit 2 home runs.
Couldn't get a
Yankee
base hit in
Stadium.
April. I think he got 1 or 2 base hits in April. His second game in, and then the 30th game in.
He's still not my boy. I'm not a fan.
Well, you talk about him enough.
You do.
I don't like him. I don't think he was a good idea for the team.
I don't know. I have hope for the season, though. I think we're going to turn it around. I think, well, I don't think we're going to be a playoff team this year, but I think we're going to be a team that can still make some damage in the East.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think playoffs is in our spectrum anymore. We start off way too rocky. We'll be able to rebound, I think. Maybe even get in the hunt for a playoff, like a wild card. But I don't see us making it in like a division championships or anything else like we've done the last couple of years.
There's too many injuries plaguing any baseball right now.
And there's a lot of unanswered questions. Like our rotation came in as the 5th best rotation for MLB for this season, and now they're the worst.
Yeah.
Like half of them are injured. Like Matt Latos, as much as he tries, I'll give him credit, he does try.
Yeah.
Man, did he get lit up the other day.
Yeah, he got,
4 or 5 home runs in 3 innings.
It was 7-0 before he left the game.
It was a bad news for him. It doesn't look good for him going further either, though. Like
No.
He'll probably get optioned down, and we probably won't ever see him again.
Well, it's him or Casey Lawrence, so I think I take Matt Latos over Casey Lawrence.
Yeah, but the thing is, Latos is scheduled as a starter, where Lawrence is still scheduled as a relief guy.
They need to find another starting pitcher.
We do, because we don't know what's going to happen with Sanchez. You don't know what's going to happen with Happ.
No.
Either one of them could come back. Like, look what happened. Sanchez came back, and he only did 1 inning when he came back, and he left again.
He split his nail again.
Did you hear that they took off a piece of his nail?
Yeah, that's what they did originally.
Yeah, and now that the little bit that was left, that split, which is causing him discomfort when he throws.
Yeah.
So who knows what's going to happen with him when he comes back? And Happ, he's just got right arm stiffness, left arm stiffness, or whatever.
He has an elbow soreness.
Yeah, and you know what that usually leads to? Tommy John surgery.
He already had it.
Well, doesn't mean he won't get it again.
He already had it.
Exactly. So he's more susceptible to getting it again. Not everybody's that dude from Boston, the back catcher who's like rookie of the year.
Oh,
gets
Leon?
Tommy John surgery and throwing the ball
Leon?
faster. Sandy Leon, yeah. Was it Sandy Leon?
I don't think so.
You get Tommy John surgery, now we can throw the ball 10 times faster than you ever could before.
Yeah. Anyways, well, there's a lot of injuries plaguing baseball in general.
Our former Blue Jay prospect Noah Syndergaard.
Yeah.
He had the MRI done.
Refused an MRI.
Well, he had a test done, and they knew he was injured.
No, he refused. He knew he was hurt, but he refused to take an MRI to learn what's going on with his elbow. And I don't know how you're an MLB team or an organization that's like, oh yeah, that sounds like a great idea. Just go out and do what you want to do.
You're our asset, but we're going to let you choose whether you want to play or not, whether you're hurt.
Yeah, that's the dumbest thing I've heard.
How much does that guy get paid?
I don't think he gets paid that much.
I think he's on a rookie contract.
Contract.
If he's trying to earn himself a big league deal from now on, he just ruined it.
Yeah, well, I don't think he ruined it. I just think
he better come back.
He's going to have to take his precautions.
Oh, yeah.
But now they're saying he's out for what, 3 months?
If that, yeah, right. Like
then they're going for a second opinion
because he's got a lat injury now on his throwing arm. So like a
lot of pitchers out though. You have David Price still not throwing.
David Price is dumb. I'm sorry, David Price is dumb. He needed to take the surgery in the off season, so he had a chance to come back this year.
He wouldn't have came back this year. He would have had a whole scrap.
But now the longer he waits, the more he's screwing his next season.
Oh, definitely, hands down.
Like if you took it in spring training when he was supposed to, he would be able to play next spring training.
Oh yeah.
Now, if he's waiting too long, he probably won't play next season either. Mind you, he just gets to sit back and collect his $30 million for doing nothing.
Yeah,
good for him.
I think he'll still play next season.
I don't think he will. I think he's going to get the Tommy John surgery late in this season.
No,
because he's hoping to come back.
He'll play.
Yeah, no, he will.
Next
he will.
Season.
And then next season, maybe.
He'll play next season. He won't play this season.
He's definitely not playing this season. Then he might go in for a game, and then he's going to break the crap out of his arm, and then they have to give him the actual surgery.
I think he's gonna go out with soreness, and then they'll have to result in the surgery.
Yeah. Oh, friggin' Brandon Morrow. I'm sorry, but he always drives me nuts.
Oh,
Brendan Morrow, or whatever his name is. We paid the guy $8 million a year to pitch for the Jays, and he'd leave every game. Yeah, my forearm, it hurt when I threw the ball.
Stiffness in the forearm.
It's stiffness. Yeah. Well, you're throwing a ball 95 miles an hour. It's gonna hurt when you do it. You know what you do? You suck it up and you go and play. You're paying $8 million to do it. Go do it.
Yeah,
They could pay me.
All I only want to say is Ricky Romero.
Yeah.
So,
Establish a scene.
but yeah, there's a lot of injuries plaguing a lot of teams this season, especially with starting pitching.
And it's going to curve the way that the playoffs and the like the whole season looks for a lot of these teams.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Right, like San Francisco is always a good team, but without their ace of Bumgarner, that's going to throw a thing. And look at Toronto.
Yeah.
Like Toronto, we're a pitching club and we're a hitting club. Our pitchers last year,
Our bullpen,
we're a hitting club.
We're a hitting club. But
Yeah.
our bullpen is pretty.
Our bullpen
crap
shit,
right
but
now.
we didn't need bullpen use because we had such solid starting pitchers that would go 7 or 8
Hey, you know
innings.
what? I'm really shocked about Marcus Stroman. He's throwing almost 9 innings every game he's in.
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
surprised.
He's just coming off the coattails of winning the World Baseball Classic and winning MVP of the entire tournament.
Yeah, that's true.
So he's got a real high he's riding right now.
Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see how I have hope for the season. I'm actually coming back, at least being a 500 team.
Yeah, no, we will. I think we will.
I also think that they'll trade Donaldson at the trade deadline.
You know, I hope they do. I really do.
Well, I think it would be good prospects. He's a free agent at the end of the year anyway. So what's
I know he wants to
the
come.
point of-
I know he wants to stay with the Jays. I hope this doesn't burn him. I know it's illegal. I'm doing little finger signs here to say it's illegal to talk to people about bringing them back in an off season. You know, you
Yeah.
can't really do that. You have to, cut them or trade them. That's it, right? You can't say, "Oh yeah."
Well,
we'll
you
trade
can always talk extension.
Exactly. So I'm hoping. I think it'd be a great idea for Toronto if they have a deal with him, saying, you come back to Toronto in the offseason as a free agent, we're going to give you the bank. Whatever you want. Because honestly, the guy's worth it, right?
Yeah.
Even on a short term, like a 5-year term, it's given 25 or 20 a year, he's worth it more than Jose or Eddie was. But you trade him to a team that's right on the cusp. Like even maybe like a Houston, right? Because Houston, they're kind of doing really good right now.
Yeah.
But who knows how long that's going to sustain.
Well, that happened
what?
That happened 2 seasons ago when Houston was on fire.
Yep.
And then they had a shitty season last season.
Yep.
Everyone thought they were going to be one of the top contenders, and they didn't end up doing that well. So
That'd be the best part. You trade Donaldson, you get all their top prospects and all their draft picks for the next year.
yeah,
You get to keep those guys, and then you re-sign Donaldson again in the offseason.
yeah, that's true.
Hopefully that will work out. I don't know if Donaldson will be happy that he got traded,
Yeah,
but we'll see.
yeah.
You watching the hockey playoffs?
I watched the Leafs lose,
Everybody does. So
but I don't think anybody really expected them to get far.
no, you know what I think? I think this is really good for that young team.
Oh, I think so. They were talking about all their confidence and how it's going to boost their confidence in general.
Yeah, for sure.
Did you see they just gave a 7-year extension to
Nikita Zaitsev
yeah,
got
I don't think that should 7-year extension.
$31 million. He makes more money than Morgan Riley. And
Yeah.
Morgan Riley was like the projected captain of the team
Yeah,
with the big veterans, the big guy
I
coming
don't think that was a good option. It was.
I think it was good to lock him in,
Yeah.
maybe on a 4 or 5 year term, and then reevaluate after that. But 7 years is a long time. He's 25,
Yeah.
right? So he's gonna be 32 by the time he's done that contract. And by then, who knows what's gonna happen by the time he's 32?
No, exactly.
So
Yeah.
I don't know, it's tough. My boys are out already. I'm a Sharks guy. I like my San Jose Sharks.
Yeah.
They're gone. They got beaten by the Oilers, who I'm still knocking on wood here. I think Edmonton's going to win the cup this year.
Edmonton?
I don't know what it is. They have a fire. They
So
got something in them.
I'm going to tell you right now, Edmonton, I would love to see Edmonton go against Ottawa, though.
Oh, who wouldn't, right? That way you're guaranteed a Canadian
I
team
just
to win the
think,
cup.
I'm not a fan of Ottawa, but I think it'd be fun to see Ottawa make it past, especially these games right now against New York.
Up until last game, I would have said nobody's beating the Pittsburgh Penguins. Penguins had too much of a good stride going. Now you've lost.
Not when you lose your star.
Well, in that very same game, Crosby and Sheary both got knocked out with concussions.
Yeah.
So that's 2 of their top guys that they've lost. That's a huge hit.
Yeah, it's a huge loss.
Malkin's got to step it up. He's got to put his big boy pants on and be the captain from now on.
Yeah.
But the good thing about that, though, is Phil Kessel now is moving from the third line up to the second line.
Yeah.
Half his line's broken too, right? So now that Crosby's gone, everyone's getting that small promotion until he comes back. They say that it is a 1 game at least he's missing. He's going to miss tonight's game, and they're going to reevaluate him for his next game.
He's gone for the rest of the playoffs.
He's
going to sit out for the rest of the playoffs.
I think they should. Because it's a kid's health, right?
Well, he has severe cases of head injuries already.
That's like his 5th concussion. He started the season on the injury list because of a concussion.
Yeah.
And now he's got another concussion.
Yeah, he's got too many problems with concussions.
He's got too many concussions. Like, the kid's going to be drinking his breakfast and lunch and dinner with a straw for the rest of his life.
Yeah. All right, so the next part of things we're going to talk about is going to be more like movies and media, TV, anything to do with Hollywood or entertainment in general.
Let's face it, we're all nerds. We all like watching movies. We all like. I am a big comic book nerd, so I like.
I couldn't tell by your many tattoos on your arm
of X-Men characters because I like my comic books.
Yeah.
So yeah, we like to talk about a lot of fun stuff like that.
Yeah, let's just talk about how they should stop making Fast and Furious movies.
I thought you liked that movie.
The last one. If I have to hear one more person tell me how great it was, I swear I will lose it on them because it was terrible. It was one of the worst movies I've seen in my life. Jason Statham was the best part of that movie, and I am not a Jason Statham fan.
How are you not a Jason Statham?
Because
he used to be a stuntman turned to an actor.
Yeah, and that's what he should have been a stuntman still. Because, anyways,
gotta hate.
But that movie was terrible. If I had to hear one more person tell me how great it was, I will hurt myself.
To be fair.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't complained about these movies since the first one.
The first one was great.
The first one was the only good one.
Yes, I will give you that.
The only good one.
The first one was like pretty much the only good one, where it was actually not just... It had the whole part of the car and the car culture, and then on top of that, it moved into like the whole cops and bad guys kind of thing.
It was a story of a family.
Yes,
right? Like, they were family, and they were bad because they did illegal things.
Yeah, it shows you how they built their family.
Exactly.
Because they didn't have a family.
And then the outside guy, the police guy trying to catch him, he saw why they were doing what they were doing, how close they were to each other, and things like that. That was a story, and it had a lot to do with the passion of the cars, building cars, right?
Yeah.
And then they turned it into the next Die Hard series.
Well, even no. The second one, and the third one, even
Tokyo Drift.
The second one, at least it had some kind of relation. It was a terrible movie. Not gonna lie to you, but I did like bringing like Tyrese. Like he's hilarious.
Yeah,
especially for the series.
Like him.
But at least those movies were still about the car culture, and it was still about like saving the day, but car culture.
Now it's very far from that.
Now it's just like, let's make a giant action movie and give Tyrese a Lamborghini to drive on ice.
You know what it is? You know what it looks like to me? It looks like XXX turned into cars, right? They're commissioning some hothead guy who's a criminal to do the government-issued work for him.
Exactly.
The government-issued soldiers and CIA agents can't do it.
So it's the premise of XXX.
It is.
Oh, wow.
Wash, rinse, repeat.
Wow.
Keep Vin Diesel. He's big and looks scary.
Let's give Vin Diesel more money, because he has to say, I am Groot in the next Guardians of the Galaxy movie.
I don't even want to know how much money that guy got paid to say, I am
Too
Groot.
much. He wants a whole movie for himself.
What, just to Groot it up for 30 minutes?
Yes, to say, I am Groot, nonstop.
Again and again. But he says it in different languages.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. That's why they paid them the extra money.
Yeah, and they had him on, I can't remember what talk show it was. I don't want to say it was Jimmy Kimmel or Stephen Colbert, but he was on one of the shows, and they asked him, hey, I hear you say I am Groot in different language. You did all your own dubbing, because it's such a great feat to do all of your own dubbing of 3
it's
words.
It's really hard to say I am Groot in different languages.
Yeah, so they asked him.
You worked hard on that.
They asked him, hey, can you say in a couple languages for us? He forgot how to say it. 3 words in a bunch of different languages, and he forgot how to say 3 words in a bunch of different languages.
No one said Vin Diesel was the brightest.
No, and nobody should. I'm sorry. You know what? I liked him a bit. There's some things he does that I don't
really
mind.
loved him in Pacifier.
Yeah,
that was
wow. It was so touching.
That movie was a historic feat.
Yeah, I liked him in Saving Private Ryan because he got shot.
Oh, because he was in there for so long. So that was the best acting.
I think he was in there for like 2 scenes.
You know what though? Let's be honest though. Like even the first Fast and the Furious, it was terrible acting. But it was just a great story and great put together. Yeah, and it ignited a whole culture of making it mainstream for cars and modders and things like that. Yeah. So it did have a purpose, that movie. But now
I liked the brothership that they made with the Paul Walker and Vin Diesel.
Yeah,
right? That was good. But as soon as it got more and more into the movies, it just started getting so diluted and so annoying. Then they added The Rock, then they added Jason Statham, and then Kurt Russell. Now this one has Charlize Theron, and it just... They're going way too far off of what made it good.
Yeah, it's just too far. It has nothing to do with car culture anymore.
No.
It's just like, hey, here's an action movie, and we'll throw in expensive cars.
And you know what it is now? It's a novelty for people to say, I saw the new Fast and the Furious movie.
Oh, actually...
The rare people who actually like the series and want to go see the series, hoping that maybe they're going to bring it back to its roots of that made it good. Yeah. They're going to go see it and get sadly disappointed.
Oh, exactly. And it's just a terrible hot mess. But my favorite part of the movie, I'm going to tell you right now because I know you haven't seen it, but I have.
Did he drive a car from a building to another building?
No.
He did that
they're in New York, okay? And this is a spoiler for anybody.
Spoiler.
Just to let you know, it's a spoiler. And they're chasing Vin Diesel down in the streets.
Ooh.
And they all have these, like, harpoons attached to their car.
Did you really have to make that motion?
I did have to make that motion.
Like, was that motion?
I know people can't see what motion I did,
but you can get the idea if I'm saying this. How does that insinuate harpoon?
Because I was, you know how they would throw the harpoons. Okay,
they don't throw it like this.
They do.
No, they don't.
Okay,
Aquaman went to a different school than I thought he did.
Okay, that's how a harpoon is thrown. I've thrown professionally.
Harpoons get shot out of a gun, don't they?
Shut up.
You've thrown them.
So, anyways, they have these harpoons shooting out of their cars into Vin Diesel's car to stop him from going anywhere. And my favorite part of it is...
just a random rod. They shot a rod at a car and said, here, now you're going to go nowhere because your rod's going to hit things when you drive.
Well, it's like on a cable.
Oh, it's okay. It's attached.
So it's like a harpoon on a cable. Yeah.
Harpoon, right?
Yeah, and it like snaps itself inside the car. My favorite part, though, is when they're all in their individual cars and they're talking about how much power his has, and they're like, that's like 2,000 horsepower. More like 3. And then you have Jason Statham, more like 4,000. It's like 5,000 horsepower. It had 5,000 horsepower.
Because that's possible.
Come on.
Yeah, that's possible.
Yeah. Like the script writing was superb.
It doesn't have to be good anymore. Because people are going to go see it just to watch things blow up.
I swear to you, the last hour of the movie had no dialogue. It was just them driving cars on ice. And explosions. And
I saw in the trailer there was a Ferrari on ice.
There was a Lamborghini. Of course, that was Tyrese. Racial profiling. Got to throw that in there.
Yeah. That's terrible.
Yeah, that is terrible.
Terrible.
Yeah. And of course, it's Tyrese's character that had to have that. And they had a submarine chasing them under ice. Like I said, this is full of spoilers. If you really want to watch the movie, don't listen to this part.
They were getting chased by a submarine.
By a submarine under the ice, and that's why they were going. And
Charlize Theron was.
It was literally an hour of this, and I don't know how long this ice pond was. It was literally miles and miles of pond.
That all random submarines got dropped into.
Exactly.
And just, chilling out until the ice formed on top.
Well, there's more to the submarine part, like how it drops and where it was and army base. But it was literally like an hour of the movie with no dialogue, just them chasing on ice.
The best part of those movies are the credits
when they end,
When the credits roll, and hope to God there's not an extra scene at the end.
Yes.
Not doing it anymore.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to talk to you about a good show.
Okay.
Okay? Not anything to do with cars and racing like that.
Okay.
I'm a big fan because we obviously know of the Marvel situation.
Uh-huh.
So, The Defenders got its official trailer today, and I'm a big fan of it.
So far, you don't know we are taping this in May, beginning of May.
Yes. Today is actually what, May
3rd.
May 3rd. Tomorrow is May the 4th. May the 4th be with you. International Star Wars
So we're going to have
Day.
to stop this podcast here. It's been nice talking to people. But,
I don't like you anymore, you know that? You know what? I'm going to stop talking and I'll just talk to everybody else. Okay, so Defenders came out. It's got the 4 principal guys in it. We got Luke Cage, the guy with the unbreakable skin.
Boring.
Shut up. Jessica Jones, the hottie.
Even more boring.
You stop, all right? Because you don't like it's not my fault, all right? It's good. The shit is good. David Tennant was awesome as Purple Man. I don't care what anybody says.
He was fine. He was good in the show, but
we got Iron Fist.
I haven't watched it.
Little known fact: the guy who plays Iron Fist was actually in Game of Thrones.
Mm-hmm.
He played Lancel Tyrell, the gay brother of Marjorie Tyrell. That got blown up at the spoiler if you haven't watched Game of Thrones. They got blown up at the High Septa, and it also stars Daredevil, Matt Murdock.
Yeah, slightly boring.
Slightly boring because you suck and you can't.
Too much Elektra. They should have just kept it Daredevil.
Okay, I'm going to give you that one. Season 2,
Yeah.
Elektra wasn't that great. I wasn't a big fan of her. I was a huge fan of Punisher.
Yeah.
Jonathan Berkoff from The Walking Dead did a fantastic job as a Punisher.
Yeah, he was great.
So what they did is they all had their own seasons. Daredevil's had 2 seasons. That's when they introduced Elektra. They're all fighting this common enemy called the Hand. And now the whole build-up of all of their individual shows was to fight the Hand.
Yeah.
Now they've all met each other in one way, shape, or another, and the Defenders is officially coming out soon, and they're actually going to be fighting the Hand together.
I'll watch Iron Fist, but I refuse to watch Luke Cage because how bad Jessica Jones was. So I will not watch that. And the second half of Daredevil really put me off because it got too much Elektra. So
I get that. What I gotta say about Luke Cage though is it's easy to write a Luke Cage show about him just going in and smashing shit up because he's super strong and he's got the unbreakable skin. He can just walk down the hallway, get shot by bullets, and it doesn't bother him. So they kind of had to go with a different route with that show. They didn't, like I said, it could have been easier for him to go in and have him smash everything up, and that looks fun. But they wanted to write the character, and I think that's why it turned a little bit of people off because they expected it to be the smash him up, shoot him up, I'm not going to get hurt kind of guy. But they wanted to put a story to it, give him a past, give him a history.
But they gave him a pass and a history in Jessica Jones.
You only saw a very little bit of it.
No,
though.
you saw too much.
You saw the aftermath of what happened in the original story. So then the show, his own show, gave him his original story. So you kind of already diluted to him at that point, right? You already know the basics of what happened through Jessica Jones.
Mm-hmm.
Jessica Jones was good. You didn't give her enough credit.
Upstairs.
Iron Fist, same thing. It's a little bit dull at the beginning.
If I have to fall asleep watching a show, it's not a good show.
It's not my fault that you don't get interested by this stuff because you're not smart enough to see the big picture.
No,
okay. The Hand must die. They need to fight the Hand. Okay.
The Hand will die.
The immortal Iron Fist is a hand. Okay, and he's gonna fight the Hand with his hand, his glowing, golden, beautiful hand.
Yeah.
Now this is also spin off a bunch of other shows for Netflix. I know there's a Moon Knight show in the works.
Yeah.
There's a Captain Marvel show in the works, which is Carol Danvers. And I believe there is a Punisher series that's just finished.
It's because it's Disney and we need to milk every product we can, and now we're joined up with Netflix to milk it even more.
I can't wait for all that though. I don't care. You know what I'm really excited for, and this is like a real nerd thing for me because I'm really weird. You know that show Once Upon a Time?
Oh God, no! Please,
right?
Stop.
You know that show Once Upon a Time?
Just stop.
Right?
No.
Well,
stop.
what else does Disney own?
I'm ignoring you.
Marvel.
Right now. No.
And Star Wars.
Oh God!
How awesome would it be if Rumpelstiltskin came out and did something bad, and then Wolverine came by and cut off his friggin' arm, and Wolverine's about to kill Rumpelstiltskin, and Vader comes by and throws him against the wall.
I don't know if Marvel Comics have a place in Storyville. I think it's called.
I don't care. I want to see Wolverine kill some bitches in that town. That would be awesome.
I don't think that's gonna happen.
That'd be fantastic.
I don't think so.
Now another thing, Wolverine. Everyone's talking about the whole Hugh Jackman
Logan movie was a great movie.
Right?
I don't like Marvel, but.
Now, a little
movie.
tidbit for anybody who wants to think about that Logan movie. You don't really need to see any of the other X-Men movies for you to enjoy it.
No, you do not.
They loosely tack it into everything else.
Very loose.
But the story is about him specifically. So it doesn't matter what happened in the movies
him and Laura.
Him and, the whatever, I'm not going to say it. But yeah, him in X-23.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you can go see it without having to see anything else, and you can be caught right up to it. You can be totally cool, and you can see how everything is.
Yeah.
Still, for me, one of the better X-Men movies I've ever made, and I love it to pieces.
Yeah.
But he already said he will come back to do Wolverine one more time if one thing happens, and that's Marvel buys back the rights to X-Men and Deadpool, so he can get brought into the Avengers universe.
Nah.
He wants to be part of the Avengers because in the comics,
I don't think he's ever going to come back because if he comes back for anything, it's going to be Deadpool.
Yeah, but that's the thing. In the comics, the Avengers has a secret Avengers team of Deadpool. He's in this Avengers team. Wolverine's the Avengers team.
Yeah, I know, but
basically, whenever they need to kill somebody, they don't want anybody to know about it. They send Wolverine and Deadpool.
I just think he's gonna be in a Deadpool movie with Ryan. It's just gonna be him and Ryan Reynolds.
Like, I'm not gonna be upset about that.
I wouldn't be upset about that. I like a limited amount of Marvel stuff.
Yeah.
Deadpool, Logan. Logan was great. The original X-Men movies, they were good. They had their place.
They were dated. They were good at the time.
They were very dated. Yes, they're very dated now, but they were good at the time. Spider-Man's, I wish I would never seen them.
Oh, Tobey Maguire is fantastic.
Yeah,
Tobey Maguire
Tobey
dancing
Maguire.
on the piano.
Everyone remembers the emo phases.
That's what happens when you become Venom. You get upset over things and you cry. And you dance on the piano.
Let's not talk about the Venom fiasco in that movie.
Oh God!
Where it was like
Grace.
5 minutes of Topher Grace pleading at a church, and then he becomes Venom, and then he's in it for 5 seconds.
What do you think about the Guardians movie?
I can't talk to how excited I am. That's another Marvel thing I think was a great masterpiece. But what makes that movie for me, though, I'm going to be honest with you.
Don't even say it.
What makes that movie for me is the music. I don't think you thought. See, you didn't think I was. I don't know how
to read you right now. I don't know if you're bullshitting me or if you're actually legit about this.
No. The music made that movie spectacular.
The first, absolutely.
I think
I still have the soundtrack in my car.
I have the soundtrack. I listen to it all the time.
All the time.
The second volume 2, it's all right, but it's not as classic as
the awesome remix too.
Yeah. It's not as classic as the original volume is. The movie though looks fantastic. The first movie was fantastic. This is just a now collaboration of like all these characters have been together now. Now we're having more of the story.
Yeah.
I can't wait for it.
We don't have to see them get together anymore. They've already gotten together. They've already saved the universe. Now we're going to see them continue on with what they're doing.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit about Dave Bautista and how he is pretty much the next Rock.
Do you know how old that guy is, though?
Yeah, I know. He's old.
He's like 51, 52
no, he's
right
not
now.
That old.
He's in his 50s.
He's not. I don't think he's in his 50s yet.
Okay. No, I'm already on it, man. You sit down and relax.
He's not in his 50s yet.
I got this. I'm going to tell you
right now. Because when he entered wrestling, he was 35, I think.
Rock just turned 40 or 41 this year.
Yeah, I think he's in his 40s.
I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to call it. He's either 49 or 50.
No, I think he's like 45. I'm telling you right now, he's got to be around like 45.
Nope. David Bautista, American actor, wrestler. Wikipedia is a wonderful thing, by the way.
Wikipedia is. He's actually 48. He is 48 years old.
Ha! So I was closer.
He was closer.
See? Told you.
I said 45. I wasn't that far.
Mind you, the guy's...
he doesn't look 48.
On paper, he's 48. In physical appearance, he's 22.
He is the A-Rod without taking the
steroids. Yeah.
But I think he could be potentially the next Rock. Don't quote me on that.
I don't know.
Don't quote me on it, but he has potential of being that superstar.
I'm not trying to dumb down Batista's ability to act, but Drax's character isn't a very intellectual character.
Yeah, but he was good in a lot of things. Iron Fist?
Was it Iron Fist? He wasn't in Iron Fist.
No, what's that movie that RZA made?
I have no idea.
It was a martial arts movie RZA made. He was good in that movie.
So did he actually speak or did he just beat the crap out of people?
Maybe.
Yeah, so okay. So long as it's a movie that he gets to take his shirt off, flex his muscles, maybe say 2 or 3 things at a time. He's good.
Yeah, Iron. That was not wrong. It's Iron Fist.
Yeah, he's the next Rock.
Yeah, he was good in Iron Fist.
The Rock sang in Moana. He sang a song in Moana. Do you see David Bautista singing a song in Moana?
Yes.
No, you don't. Because he can't. Okay.
I like him.
I think he was in the James Bond movie, right? He played the new Mr. Jinx or something like that.
He was pretty good.
How could he do for that one? Let me guess. He had 2 lines?
No.
Maybe 3.
No.
If he's lucky 4.
Yeah, okay.
Did he throw a hat? Did he throw maybe a shoe?
You're just being so mean.
I understand wrestlers are actors and they need to act as well, but not everybody can go from wrestling to acting the way that The Rock did. I think The Rock was intended to be an actor from the beginning. He had such a good presence in the ring.
Well, let's be honest. We'll talk about old school wrestling for a second. I don't watch current day wrestling at all. I have been to current day wrestling events, but I'm not an actual wrestler anymore. Back in the day, though, if we compare The Rock to Dave Bautista in the ring, The Rock wins hands down. I don't think anybody.
Now, The Rock would win hands down.
First of all, I don't think anybody ever can beat the personas that Stone Cold and The Rock made, especially together with their chemistry. Those guys were magnificent in wrestling, and I think that's where The Rock got everything started. Was because he was allowed to because Vince McMahon has a hard on for that family,
and he knew what he had with Dwayne Johnson. He could see the potential. Yeah, but he
liked his father. He was friends with his father.
His father's a wrestling.
And now let's see how many relatives of The Rock is in wrestling now.
There's a bunch, right?
Yeah.
Rikishi or something like that was.
I think he's like a distant, but there was
cousin or uncle.
Roman Reigns.
Roman, yeah, they're cousins through marriage or something.
And that girl wrestler. She's in it now, the bigger girl.
Oh, yeah. I don't remember her name.
I forget her name, too.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm not a wrestling guy, but
That's
anyways,
how much I know about it.
I think Dave Bautista can do really well in acting. I think
I'll give him a
I
shot.
enjoy
I
him.
definitely will. I like giving people shots because, like I said, if you're a wrestler, you still have to have a persona. If you can pull that off, make people remember you, and get to that game where you're a champion in wrestling, then you've done your persona good. So there has to be some kind of talent in there.
Yeah, apparently he's going to be in Blade Runner. The 2049? Yeah.
Ryan Gosling's in that.
Yeah, he is.
Oh, I want to sniff his body.
That's not on our talk. That's not
I
our
don't
talk
care.
today.
Ryan Gosling's on everybody's talk. I want him to look at me and say, "Hey, girl." I'm not a girl. I don't care. I just want him to look at me and say, "Hey, girl."
It's a great Ryan Gosling movie.
But
It's Crazy Stupid Love with Steve Carell. No.
I never saw that one, Crazy Stupid Love. No.
I like Steve Carell, though, so I'm a nerd.
I'm hit or miss with Steve Carell. He's on
you tell me you hate Dan in real life, we will stop this right now.
Who's Dan in real life?
The movie Dan in real life?
I don't think I've ever seen that.
Okay, so this is where this ends. It was great talking to everybody. No. That was
I hate so much.
That was a great movie. When Dane Cook was in it.
I like Dane Cook. You ever see Mr. Brooks with Dane Cook in it?
I have.
That was a good movie.
That was a good movie.
I liked Mr. Brooks.
Everyone hates Dane Cook, so I don't think we should talk about him, even though I enjoy
that's the case, and everybody should take solace in the fact that he died in that movie. So at least they can hate him to death.
It's true. I don't know. I enjoy Dane Cook, so I can't. I'm not a judge. I've seen Dane Cook twice live. So
weren't we supposed to talk about basketball?
No.
Okay, cool.
No.
All right. I wasn't sure. I just want to throw it in case you wanted or not. We got Survivor Talk, right? You like Survivor?
Talk.
I'm a big fan of Survivor.
I used to be a big fan of Survivor. Fell off the train.
Same thing.
Back on the train now.
Well, 30 seasons in, it kind of gets a little bit boring and repetitive.
But you know what? Now it's actually good again. And even if you notice, it's in a lot of the headlines. A lot of people talk about Survivor.
Yeah.
But like hell,
how Buddy got outed as a transgender.
I'm sorry.
It was staged. I'm sorry, it was.
It had to been staged because I don't think even morally Survivor should have aired that if it was an outing.
Yeah.
Because I think that's something that's personal. I think they should have cut it. And because let's be honest, reality TV is not reality TV. It's scripted reality TV.
They let them do their own things, but they guide them in the direction that they want. That will give them good ratings.
Yeah.
It just so happened that the challenge that episode was metamorphosis.
Yeah.
Right? Transformation.
Yeah.
Changing from one to another.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden Buddy gets outed as a transgender.
Yeah.
I think the guy who outed him, Jeff, knew about it.
Yeah.
He was in on it, and I think
but he got fired from his job. His brand new job. The guy was in the job for two months or for 2 weeks or something like that.
It was like 2 days before he even left for Survivor, and then they fired him. So it's
no. He just got the. So this is when he went to Survivor. I think he was working for CBS. He was working for a broadcasting.
He was a realtor.
No, he was working in a broadcasting studio.
Oh, okay.
So he was working with one of those guys. I think it was CBS.
Okay.
So then he went on Survivor. He ended up, I think, leaving that job or something happened with that job. And he now is a real estate agent.
Not anymore.
And he had that job for like 2 weeks or 2 months, and they're like, "Oh, we fired you because you outed this guy."
Yeah, but you know, Survivor's going to pay him out a truckload of cash for that.
I don't know.
I don't think the people sitting at that jury that time knew what was going on, but I think everybody else did.
No,
because Jeff Probst just happened to have all the right questions at the right time to ask him about the whole situation, and Zeke was totally cool about the whole thing. I'm sorry.
Well, I would be shell shocked
if you outed me out like that.
I'd be shell shocked.
I'm punching you in the throat. Okay?
No, I'd have the same reaction. I'd be like, what am I supposed to be doing?
His face wasn't red. His hands were shaky.
No, but his
body's natural reaction would have something to do with that.
No, it looked like his face was like white, and he didn't know what to do.
Don't buy it. I don't buy it.
That.
I think he was in on it.
I don't know, but anyways, it's a pretty good season. The thing is, though, I really don't care who wins right now because the guy I wanted to win is gone. So.
Ozzy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked Ozzy too.
Yeah. Ozzy should.
I still got
it was stupid how he got kicked out.
Well, it makes sense, though. You know, now that they're one tribe and he's a big physical threat.
We're going to just backdoor you with no thought of this at all and just kick you off. Okay.
Well, you know, he's a jury member now, so he's going to get a little dick bent at that. So.
Yeah.
I still like Ty. Ty's my boy.
No, Ty's terrible.
I like Ty.
I
like Culpepper.
is weird. Culpepper's
vegan,
terrible.
that's why. He's a vegan. Culpepper's not terrible. Culpepper made that...
I'm doing this for my wife. This is what she would do.
Okay, but he wins almost everything he touches. So he's got to be good at it. When there were the team stuff, he was always him that was winning it for him.
No.
Always Culpepper.
No.
That guy deserves a win.
No, he doesn't.
Sierra, I think, is going to go far, too.
Sorry, Sierra?
Sierra.
Or
like
Sarah, or whatever her name is.
Sierra, like mist. Like Sierra Mist.
Yeah, what's the other one? There's two of them that have
Sarah, the cop. She's the
no,
cop.
not Sarah. There's Sierra.
There's...
Sierra?
No, there's Sierra. Oh, yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, I forget her name.
I forget her name.
I don't know. I think she's gonna go far though.
Yeah, she made the final two twice already. So
yeah, I think she's gonna go far again. The one I want to see gone is Michaela because she's just annoying.
Oh, she eats everything.
But well, actually, Last Jury was one of my favorites when she sat down. This is another spoiler for anybody that doesn't watch Survivor Weekly, but I'm sorry, it's a weekly show. I can talk about it.
Yeah. It's not our fault you're not watching it.
Yeah, it's called cable.
Or Cody.
Or Cody, yeah.
You're not on top of that
free
shit, right? Come on
down. My favorite part is when Michaela, when that Debbie thought she had it all in the bag.
Yeah.
And she's laughing, and then Michaela sits back. I laughed.
Yeah.
I laughed because she sits
Michaela
back
knew what was going
and she
on.
pulls out coconut from her pocket.
Yeah.
And then just starts eating it.
Yeah, I was gonna say the bitch is always eating, right? She's always chopping on something.
Just eating it.
I like her because like her sass, like her attitude. You know, she's got that little.
Yeah, but it gets annoying.
Sass. It does.
It gets annoying.
Good for Sarah though, because Sarah found that secret advantage that Michaela was sitting on the entire time and didn't even notice it.
Yeah.
She picked it up and she actually used it. Good for her. Because there's been too many things like that in these reality TV shows. They give you a cool idea or a cool something you can do, and they don't use it.
Yeah.
When Ty pulled out his idol and used it on Sierra back when there was a tribe versus tribe, and Malcolm went home, that was unbelievable.
Yeah, that was good. But
that was epic.
Okay, first of all, Debbie shouldn't have been brought back. Shouldn't have been brought back.
She got brought back because she's crazy.
But my favorite is she knew she was going to win a vote that night. She knew she was going to win. She uses her extra vote.
Yeah.
The guy went home with like 3 extra votes on.
What was the sense of doing that?
You lost that.
That was a wasted extra power. Yeah.
When you could have you could have been still in the game probably. Anyways, I think this is enough for today.
For now.
Yeah, enough for today.
Let us know if you like it. We'll add a little bit more next time, make it longer.
Yeah, we're definitely going to make some more episodes, let us know what we can do better. You know, you can send us some...
you tell us what you want to hear us ramble on about.
Yeah, we'll have a Facebook page and a Twitter all set up for everything.
Yeah, bring everything linked up.
Let us know what we can do to do better, or if you have any suggestions on topics. But it's been great. Thank you, Brian.
Thank you, Mark.
Thank you. So this is the Untitled Project because we're not creative.
No, we're definitely not.
You know what?
Untitled Project. You couldn't think of anything.
That's a lie.
So
that's a lie.
You just had to go with this.
But Untitled Project, I think it's got a good ring to it, and we're not putting any roots anywhere.
Spread the word. We're only getting funnier.
Yeah, definitely. All right.
See you.
See you guys.